Hello. Hello. Come say hi. Tell us where you're from. Hello, little homestead by the beach. And thank you for being tonight's moderator. Tell us where you're from. Oh, someone has a YouTube channel.
I got my. Always me.
Nope, it's not me.
Hi,
No, it was
Madeline.
me again. There we go. It should be off. Yep.
So we have a couple of people here. So I'm going to introduce the three of you, and I'll let you guys talk a little bit about yourself and your channel. So we have Remy from Rem's Family Farm, Tracy, I always forget, Tihan 141 Homestead, and a newbie, fresh off the shelves, Annie from Mama Homemade. So Remy, if you want to start introducing yourself.
Yeah, I'm a little new homesteader. Oh, geez, starts well. Homesteader from northern New Brunswick, Canada. I guess I'm tired. Yeah, so I've started homesteading maybe like 2 years ago, like maybe a little bit more full time. Let's put it this way. Well, it's not really full time because I have a full time job, but I mean, like, really focusing on bringing as much food as I can on the table. I got 5 kids, so whatever I can bring in, the better it is.
And you've been doing YouTube for?
About, I think it's going to be 2 years in April, if I'm not mistaken.
Already 2 years?
Yeah, time goes by too fast.
Yeah, too fast. And
when everything started 2 years ago, the kids were asked to do some little school stuff.
Uh-huh.
I figured, why not make a video and put it on YouTube and see what happens. So that's what I did. Started off this way.
I went
to university back in the days in 2001.
Annie?
Yes.
When you leave, when you have to get up, turn your microphone off so that we don't.
Yeah, that's
you.
what I.
No worries. It's your first live. Don't worry.
I could hear myself talking from an old video in the background.
Yeah, I was trying to put my phone on to get the chat so that I can see you bigger, but I kind of made a boo-boo.
All right. So yeah, basically that's what happened. I started with the kids and figured, why not follow the trend and make a garden and make a garden tour. And it all started off with the garden tour. It was a French channel at first. I made like maybe 10 videos, and then I figured, if I want to make the community bigger and if I want to start meeting new people and get out there, I have to switch to English. So that's what I did.
I remember I watched your first couple of videos. You were cooking with your kids.
Yep, that's what it was.
Well, it was fun.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can put you guys big for me. Oh, okay. What about you, Tracy?
I live in upstate New York, south of Watertown, north of the Thruway. And I've been homesteading for a long time, but my wife and I went off grid about 4 years ago. We have a solar system and generators and all the modern conveniences, really. Yeah, I started my channel somewhere around, I think it was January of 2021. I started my channel and just started sharing my life, and people said, "Hey, we'll watch." So I just kept going.
I missed. Did you say when you started?
Yeah, January of 2021.
So you just hit your first year anniversary.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Happy YouTube anniversary.
Oh, thank you. I had the YouTube way back when, but I never did anything with it other than make a couple videos for my grandkids, the skinning and butchering of a deer and stuff like that. But I really didn't start it in earnest till we got up here.
Thanks. And I'm Annie. Is it okay for you to talk?
Yes, no, it's all right.
It's all right. Okay, so I'll let you introduce yourself.
So hi, my name is Hanny. I'm a mom of 6 kids. I've been homesteading, doing the garden for about 10 years now, and doing my own meat for 7 years. But I'm like a 24 hours YouTuber. So
25. It's true.
I'm
You
new.
started literally yesterday.
Yeah.
Marilyn, if you have a chance, can you put everyone's channel in the chat? So if anyone is curious to go check out anyone, they can do it. Okay, so I'm going to start by asking you guys, what do you do during the winter so that you can actually hang in for what's to come? Who wants to go first?
I don't do much in the winter beside crying. No, seriously, it's always about trying to get ready and at the same time trying to remember what we did last year, because we don't want to forget the good things we've done, and we don't want to forget the mistakes we've made, because that's how we grow stronger as a person, as a gardener, and as a homesteader. So by remembering all those mistakes, it helps me to get prepared for the upcoming spring, I guess. So at the moment, right now, I'm kind of getting ready with my seeds. As you've seen in my last video, I'm kind of overwhelmed with seeds. Um, no, that's basically it. The only thing I do that regards homesteading, um, besides just getting ready like with the seeds, is I try to go put some hair snares, and it didn't work too well for me this year. And I try to go ice fishing. I haven't been able to go yet, but hopefully that'll be soon.
Is the temperature letting you go fishing?
Oh yeah, we've had cold. The ice is very, very thick.
Lucky. This week I'm having 1 degree Celsius.
Yeah,
Over freezing.
it was for one day. We've had that for one day.
No, I mean my forecast for this week, my upcoming week. Yeah, technically February is supposed to be the coldest month of the year, and we're starting off week 2 with temperatures over freezing.
Well, I think there's so much snow on top of the ice that it kind of creates a barrier. And
we probably do have ice here, but I think we were forecasted 2 days or 3 days over zero. That's not good for the ice.
No, it's probably not.
Oh, I missed the comment. So sorry. I'm trying to catch up on the comments. Thank you, Marilyn, for the links. Gray Man Prepping. Hi, little homestead by the beach. Oh, this is a new person. Hello, and welcome to the channel. Okay. Did you want to say anything else about what you do in the winter?
I know that's pretty much it.
And what is the biggest thing that you've learned from last year?
Well, first of all, I learned that I'm not allowed to have animals in my village.
Okay, positive.
I keep coming back to it, so it's kind of yeah. No, basically, it's just like everyday learning. It's not that one specific thing. It's more like, okay, I did that with my tomatoes. It didn't quite work well. I know I have to do this better. Or I did this with my zucchinis. It worked very well. So, I know I can do this again. So it's more like that kind of stuff. Those little tiny details sometimes that can make a big difference at the end.
Okay. And what about you, Tracy? What do you do during the colder months?
Not a lot, as far as a lot of it's snow removal and getting my truck unstuck after attempting to remove the snow.
The joy of winter.
Oh yes, I enjoy winter. I do a little cooking, and this winter is a little bit different for me, because normally my wife kept me busy, but she just passed away in December. But yeah, it's just now is the time when I'm beginning to really start getting ready for spring, going through my seeds. I want to start tapping my maple trees. That'll be the first time.
It's already time.
Down here, I'm not sure if it's the beginning of February or I know towards later February we
We're
start.
March, so you're probably towards the end, like mid-February,
Yeah,
end of February.
yeah.
So yeah, it's true. And well, we're almost mid-February, so
Wow,
yeah, I know. Time flies.
it does.
And what have you learned like the thing that you would say that you've learned the most from this year?
What have I learned the most? I would say not to wait to amend your soil when you have clay soil. This year, I'm still going to be doing the back teed and garden method with the wood chips, but I'm going to bring in a truckload of manure, old manure, and prepare my beds better this year. And then not get distracted at harvest time. Harvest time was hard because I got through the time to harvest, and I finally got a chance to get in the garden, and everything was gone to seed, pretty much.
Well, at least you attracted friendlies that will come back every year because of that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a positive. I know it sucks that you didn't harvest, but at least next year the pollinators know that in your garden there's a lot of food.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to read Mr. Ecocentric Homestead. Thought I was going to get to go ice fishing, but with 60 centimeters of snow, that means a lot of slob and ice. Yep. Later this week, we are going to have some above freezing temp. Okay, so I guess we're not the only one. Yes, Annie has little chicks.
Yes, I was wondering if they can be heard. And my dog is snoring on the couch, so I swear that was the quiet place in the house.
There's no worries. There's no worries. We love that beep 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 beep. Okay. How old are your chicks? They're like 2 weeks now?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
And I have my mascot. I don't even know how you say that in English.
What's a mascot? A football team has the cheerleaders and has a mascot. That's it.
Mascot, yeah.
Mascot.
Anyway, I have a rooster. It's a frizzle, and he's so ugly. I decided to keep him as a mascot for my
cute thing. Okay. Gray Man Prepping says, I learned to clean up the projects in the shop earlier so I can park my diesel tractor inside before the freezing. Sometimes we learn the hard way. Very hard to start when it's frozen. Mowgli, this is the first time I see you. Welcome. I'm looking forward to the one. Sorry, I'm not going to read this comment. We are going to be above temps. Okay, so I'm not the only one that has ugly temperature coming. Obviously, I don't mind the over zero freezing temperatures, but I know it's not normal, so it kind of gets me questioning, will I have enough water for the garden next year? Mowgli, this is a Homesteader Live. We do not talk about the government or political stuff here, so if homesteading is not something you're looking forward to, I strongly suggest to leave, please. Next is up to you, Annie. What are you doing during the winter?
Nothing much. I'm hatching eggs to have my chicken for the summer, and I'm resting.
Running after kids. Are you resting or you're trying to rest?
Yeah, resting. I'm trying. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
And
I don't do much.
You obviously shop for seeds, look at stuff like that.
Yeah, like I start in probably November to look for seeds, and it keep on until spring.
And I guess
So I guess.
you're planting your gardens and stuff like that.
Yeah, this year my garden was planned way before Christmas. So, no, I can't wait for the summer to come back.
Yeah, I remember
And
in December I was not nearly ready to plan my garden, and you were already doing planning. you were a
yeah,
little bit early this
I
year.
plan. I guess that's a bit what I learned too. Having a big garden takes a lot more preparation.
That's true.
And in June, I past June, I doubled my garden space.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess now it take at least twice the time than before.
Tracy,
Yes.
the noise, does that come from you or me?
I don't think it's me. Here, hold on a second. Let me get my cursor back over here, and I'll.
Annie,
Yeah.
are you near a speaker with your phone?
Well, no, I'm not near the speaker, but my phone just rang and the answer machine just got in. So
It's like a
I don't know
vibrating
if it's
noise.
that.
That's weird. Okay, let
Yeah,
me.
I know. I think I know. My dog snoring on the couch.
No, it's not a snoring. It's a
No,
Like a
are you
vibration.
sure? 'Cause no, it's not me. I don't
Okay,
have anything on me here.
let's see if I turn off if it's me.
Not as much. Not as much.
Okay, Annie, turn off your microphone.
Oh,
Okay, so Annie, turn back the. Can you hear me? Okay, so there is either like a other phone near you or TV or something that's causing the no? Oh no. Okay, so let's do this. When you're ready to talk, just open your microphone, okay? Thanks. Oh, I did want to ask you one more question. What is the thing you learned the most from last season?
I learned that opening in the garden, the first, like the week before you want to plant, it's not a good idea, not at all. And I learned that, what did I learn?
There's too many things.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned that I need help when it's canning season and stuff.
Will you be getting help?
I'm gonna try to.
You try to. Okay. Did you want to add something else?
No,
Okay. Can you turn off your microphone?
for sure.
Oh, thank you. So sorry. We're trying to figure out what Annie has near her phone because it's her first live. So let's cheer on her.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I don't know if I think you heard it. It's her officially this afternoon. She posted her first video 24 hours ago. So she's really brand new.
Oh, I just got home. I didn't see it yet. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Was a short, her first video for her YouTube channel to be available for us to show it tonight. She made a short.
Oh, nice.
a lot of new people come in.
It's a buzz like a hair clip. Is someone cutting hair and we don't know about it? I don't hear it anymore. Heat lamp for chicks. Oh, Annie, is your heat lamp on?
No, but I have my light for my plants right beside me, though. That
Can
might
you
be
try
it.
to put it off?
Just to see.
Ta-da-da! Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
resolved. I celebrated a little bit too early.
It's like an interference. I don't
Yeah.
know what's
Yeah,
going on.
fluorescence.
It's some. Okay, I forgot to say greetings from Idaho.
So
that wasn't it.
Nope.
no.
Well, it's a little bit. It's less. It could be the
Okay.
combination of the grow light and the Okay. We're gonna try to figure it out next live. Don't worry. So we're just gonna turn on your microphone. I'm gonna go myself for what do I do during the winter? Well, obviously, besides sleeping and catching up on many unfinished projects, I plan for the future year. So I have a couple of projects up my sleeve that I will talk about in the future, but I also plan my garden. I write down the seeds that I'm missing. I try to crochet as much as I can, spend as much time as I can with the family. So my winter is more catching up and like planning the year to come. And the thing that I have learned the most in the winter is the importance, and I'm going to say the importance of resting, because when the season starts, we're all like, oh my God, it's seed season. I want to sow so much. But like, if you didn't rest during the colder months, you're going to start your season dead. And I didn't learn that the year before. So when I started my season in February, March, I was already like exhausted by midsummer. So that's one thing I really tried to focus on this year, is to rest my mind and my body so that I can be fueled and ready to, I don't know, attack the season, I would say, because it is intense, an intense couple of months.
Yeah.
And I would say another thing that I've learned, the importance of taking a step back to analyze what happened so I can learn for the future years to come. Did I miss any comments? If the ballast is banned in a fluorescent lights, that would do it. I think her lights is new.
Yeah, anything that would with an electromagnetic field near her computer or microphone could cause it. I'm charged.
We're gonna do next time, Annie. We're gonna do a test drive to identify the problem. Don't worry.
Yeah. Is it still doing it now?
No.
I found the problem.
What is it?
I think it was my earphones.
Oh, it could be. It could be.
Because I guess now I don't have my earphone. And
is it wireless?
Yes.
Oh, maybe it's. It could be it. Well, obviously there's no more noise, so.
Yeah. Are you on your laptop?
No, she's on her phone.
No, I'm on my.
She's on a phone. Oh, usually on a phone you don't need the earphones.
Hello, I've missed so many people. I'm gonna go back up. Hello, Alana. I did say Ecocentric. Hello, Bucket List Homestead. I'm sorry, I missed I missed saying hi. Yes, winter is our rest reward for all our hard work. I would have to say 100% on that. And yes, if you have a minute, just put a thumbs up. That helps me a lot.
I'm writing down people I need to subscribe to.
It's almost a full-time job now, trying to support everyone.
Well, yeah. I try as much as I can to encourage everyone that I can. Wintertime is my exercise and lose weight time. Okay, I hope that works.
I'm just the opposite of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say about
weight
that. I gain weight during the winter. But, we have to find a balance in that too.
Yeah.
And hi, Tammy, Rebel Canners.
Hello, Tammy. Does anyone want to share what they do during the winter in the comments? I'll make sure to read you. Okay, now tonight I'm not having beer. I actually was inspired by Remy. He started drinking tea. So I did chamomile and chocolate mint.
And I was inspired by you and I started drinking beer.
We switched.
I'm hitting the hard stuff. I've got white raspberry tea.
Is
But
that
it's
what
got
you?
sugar in it. It's not diet, so that's the hard stuff for me.
Wintertime. Okay, we have to put weight. We have to put on weight for winter. Yes. We have to keep ourselves warm. I think I'm a squirrel. I get the fat in winter and lose it in the summer.
That's
I cook all winter so I don't have to in the summer heat. That's a good idea.
Very
Yeah.
smart.
When I cook during the summer, we don't really use the air conditioner. My husband like really hates me when I start cooking because like I heat up the house like within an hour. So
well, that's the wonderful thing about canning is I go in and grab a jar of beef stew,
mhm.
put it in the pot, warm it up, and I'm done. That's all the cooking I need.
Yeah, well, I have to face that fear of pressure canning so that I can have express meals. Like I would love to have like a base of stew, and I just take, I don't know, diced tomatoes, herbs, salt, pepper, and bay leaf or wine or stuff like that, and just have like a quick dinner so that I can have. But like my bulk of my cooking is my canning. Like I have to do my salsa, and then I have to do the water bath canning. And for tomatoes, it's 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And like on the I have a gas stove. I think it heats up the house more than an electric.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
So on the days that it's 30 degrees outside in mid-afternoon, my house is at 30, 35.
Yeah.
So we kind of had to get an air conditioner for the house. I'm on
My
I'm
weekend
on my
Pepsi.
weekend Pepsi. Ooh, enjoy. I usually shovel snow for winter exercise. This winter we just got our first amount of snow. If this winter continue on just as it is, we might not have that much snow here in Quebec.
Mhm.
In the winter, I catch up on canning jelly and making juice from fruits that I put in the freezer when I didn't have the time during regular canning season. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I want to do more jellies also this year. I did apple jelly. I did spiced apple jelly, and it does not require the pouches of like pectin. It just
Pectin, yeah.
yeah, it's just pure sugar and the juice, and it just tastes amazing. Obviously, it's a treat, but the kids like
Yeah.
they take a spoon and just eat mouth like just like
Yeah.
that. I read a lot of books, garden, homesteading, and I also can all the things I froze that I didn't have time for. I just start pressure canning last month. I have water bath can for 20 plus year. Wow. So you have a lot of experience. Send some experience and courage for pressure canning my way, please. Like I need to get over this fear. I bought the pressure canner. It's still in the box. I had a plan. I'm sorry.
You mentioned that you had a fear of pressure. What is it that
Well,
scares you?
it's exactly, when you say you're pregnant and it's your first child, everyone has those stories. Like, oh, this blew up, this happened, da, 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 those types of stories.
Yeah, Tracy? You know what that is?
I think I remember seeing Tracy saying something about it. I just can't remember. So, and then when I bought my house, there was a pressure canner in the basement. We brought it up and we tested it. And I told my husband, "Don't touch it. It's not finished." And he touched it, and the thing like it just exploded. And I told him, like, you're not supposed to touch it if the little thingy doesn't go down.
You've got a pro in the watching right now, Rebel Canners.
Yes.
I believe she's the one that does the Facebook page and everything. I've learned a lot from them.
I follow her. Like I follow her in the groups. I also follow Living Tradition Homestead. She does a lot of canning and a lot of pressure canning. But like I would love to do it with someone next to me.
Yeah.
To make me understand my canner so that I would feel more comfortable, because with a gas canner, it's like you have to find that sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Well,
know
No,
she
but
just-
yes.
I
just to
watched.
say, I've been canning for quite a while now, but I still don't like my pressure canner. I do it, but then when for the time that it's going up the pressure, I really don't like it. Like I don't stay near.
You're scared.
So,
I
but
I
I
believe
still
it
do
was,
it. But
I believe it was Tammy that just did, or I just watched it anyway. A fail where it failed to release pressure. It built up too much pressure, and the safety popped on it, and it did a little bit of steaming, and there was a little bit of overflow. You know, it made a little bit of a mess, but
Okay.
I believe that was her video that she
I
did.
would have to go check it out.
Yeah.
Because I know it's made. There's like depending of the counter you bought, there is more than one safety. I know it is just it's like I said, when you're pregnant, people always have these weird, complicated beep 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 stories.
Yeah.
And when you say you want a pressure can, you hear all sorts of stories. Not the good one. You never hear
Right.
the good ones. You always hear like the terrific, oh my God stories. So I kind of was terrified before even starting.
Yeah.
So I need to get over that fear. Ecocentric, I open the windows at night and keep everything closed during the day. Hot. It's true, yeah. But here, when it's 30 degrees Celsius during the day, it's also 30 degrees Celsius during the night. And there's sometimes no wind. So even though if I open the windows, there's nights that we suffocate. Obviously, we bought a second air conditioning unit, so for the upstairs bedroom.
Yeah.
I don't exercise during the winter. I gain too much weight and my muscle lose their strength, and I get too tired when I start working in the garden. I guess the first couple of weeks are hard on me too, like to get back in the groove, and the muscles sometimes ache. And then I kind of get into groove, I would say mid-June, like where everything needs to be transplanted at the same time. I boil down apple juice to syrup. It's true. It's so good. It's so good. Pressure canning scare the heck out of me. Okay, so I guess I'm not the only one. I'm the canning queen.
Yes.
We can help you. Thank you. Like, I'm going to take the pressure canner out of the box. I have to face that part. And I think I'm going to do like a test drive of just water. So that if anything.
Why don't you guys do a stream together, live stream? It
Yeah.
might feel like
People
she's
talk
next to
right
you.
through it.
I'm
Oh,
just
you mean like a messenger call?
well, something like that. Just a
Zoom
live stream
or-
that we're doing now, and
Sure.
You can actually use StreamYard without going live. You two could go on StreamYard. You could create the stream. She could join you, and you guys could talk. You wouldn't even have to do it live. I would, just because it would be they're more than just you that have the fear of canners we just saw.
Yeah.
So it would really be educational. Your first time canning and having her work
Coaching
you
me.
through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something to think about if you're up to it. Tammy Rebel Canner does a lot of pressure canning. She gives great advice. Thanks. Good point. Today's pressure canners are designed so they won't blow up. Here in Canada, we have a little problem with pressure canners. We cannot buy not the one that dance, the one with the
round weight.
It's like a dial gauge. There's like an arrow that says 5, 10, 15. Because it says that you have to send it back every year to get tested. So let's just say that I would buy a Presto canner that has that dial gauge every single spring. Like now, I would have to send it, like pay $20 to $30 to send it to Presto, and then them sending them back to me. That would be like a very expensive thing. So they suggest in Canada to have that little dancing one.
Mm-hmm.
There's no test to be done, from what I understand. Maybe Tammy can correct me. But I was always told that with the one with the dial gauge, you always have to make it to inspect it at least once a year.
I've never heard of that.
That was one of the one of the reasons why I hesitated so long to get one. I know people just can and don't send it, but it's actually written in the manual. Today's pressure canners and those stories are known as fear. I'm not sure what the last word means, but they were made to scare you for sure.
Yeah.
Info about me. Gray Man Prepping is obviously my preppiness channel, and Campton Family Compound is my homesteading and gardening channel. I retired as a federal agent in 2018.
Cool.
Oh, that was lately. Happy late retirement. Yes, I have a video on safety over pressure. My fear was running the stuff I will be pressure canning.
Oh, ruining it. Yeah.
Oh, ruining it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Misread. It's true. Like you spend all that time preparing it, cooking it, pressure canning it, and then something happens. Alana, I have never had a scary story. Everything worked perfectly every time I pressure can. You can do it too. Thank you. Thank you. It's always weird when you say you want to start something that's unconventional, and you always hear those types of stories.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that with you. Thank you. We would have to connect first through either Messenger or I am in Rebel Canner Facebook group, but obviously it's not under my YouTube channel name. It's under my name, Annie Poirier. So if you want to go find me there. Pressure gauge. Thank you. That's the exact word I was looking for. That thing with the arrows. That's what it's called. That's the one I have. I have the jiggler. I sell a tool to test it. Nice. Because I have like the small one. I wanted to start with the little one, and then I wanted to buy the bigger one so that I can stack. But there's none with the jiggler, so that would be nice. Thanks for sharing. I'm guessing Amazon.com. Does it ship to Canada? I have a pressure gauge on here, Ontario. I've not heard of that. I bought a new gauge last year from company, and it wasn't very expensive. Obviously, you can do that. My pressure canner has both gauge and jiggler. You must have an all-American canner.
Mm-hmm.
An all-American canner, I think, has both. Some words you wonder if you are allowed to use. I'm not sure what this one means.
Because you were telling earlier.
Okay. Right below it,
those stories are known as fear.
Fear part. Okay, sorry. No, my bad. I didn't see that. Oh, Presto. Oh, it's true. Yeah, the Presto now. The new one has the two of them. I forgot about that. Anyone else have a fear of pressure canning?
I've never tried, so I'm gonna say yes.
I'm
scared of canning anything at all, really. Like I always fear that I'm gonna fail, or that eventually I'm gonna open the fridge and have something in there that I didn't have the right information, or I didn't do it right, and it's gonna be like expired in my fridge, and I have to throw it out. Like I made a couple of apple jelly, apple sauce. And I put them in little cans, put them in the fridge. They've been in the fridge since, end of October, beginning of November. I don't even know if they're still good or not. Like I'm almost kind of afraid to try them now. But I guess if you smell them and they're good, they should be good, right?
The most important thing is when you can pressure canning or water bath is you find a good recipe that is safe, especially when you start. Like I tend not to experiment too much because I am only a canner for 5 years. So I try to find a good book, good recipes, and I follow them religiously. And it's just, if it says to boil it for 30 minutes, I don't do 28 minutes. I literally do 30 minutes, and I follow the instructions. And then you always check the seal. And I find myself opening my lids and smelling. And if it smells good, You're fine, but like
Yeah.
at first, it kind of felt weird that I had to smell everything I was cooking. So
Yeah, that's one of my biggest concerns is botulism, which is you can't smell it or taste it.
true.
You just end up sick. But it's one of the things I've always I always, as I open the can, I say, Lord, keep me safe. Don't let me kill myself here.
Well, the botulism is more. Obviously, you can get it in water bath canning, but it is as dangerous to get it from either or if you don't follow the instructions. Same as Remy. I don't follow a tested recipe, so always stress with it. It's true. I always try to find safe recipes. I say that if I have 140 tomato plants and I harvested all those plants, and I don't want to have something to go to waste. All my time is so precious. So I try to find something that's going to keep my produce safe for us.
Mm-hmm.
There is a great book on Amazon, USDA Complete Guide to Home Canning, Revised Principle of Home Canning. I've seen that one. I bought the one from Ball.
Mm-hmm.
The older, I think the 2012 or 2011 version, and there is a whole section about the preserving and the safety. I've also seen this book. Bernadette also has a great book. Botulism is so rare. Less than 30 people out of 100 of thousands of home canners are. Okay, so it is not that common.
I like that comment. That I needed to see that. I won't worry as much.
Is it true if you cook for 10 minutes, you would remove the botulism? I've read that somewhere, and I wasn't sure. Because if, like, let's just say you cook meat, and then there's a possibility, if you would cook it for at least 10 minutes, would that be considered safe? I've always asked myself that question.
Yeah, there are very few.
I heard that too, but I don't know if it's true or not.
Well, we have a specialist with the pressure canning queen, so let's see what she says. If you can follow direction there is no reason to be afraid to pressure can. It's true. It's true.
And I always look through the hole before I put the lid on. I always make sure I can see light through the hole. It's just something.
Oh, from the pressure canner.
Yeah, on the lid of the pressure canner. I look just to make sure it's not plugged or anything.
Okay. Here's another one. More people are killed by lightning than botulism. Good to know. Okay, here's another one. Yes, boiling kills the toxin from botulism, and it comes from the CDC. So yes, it is true. So.
Nice.
Oh, we have someone that has a
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my next question. What is everyone looking forward to? Either spring, summer, seeds, anything.
Well, for me,
I'm
it's
looking
really.
forward.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
We
Go
have
ahead.
do we do ladies first?
Yeah, ladies first.
So go ahead, Annie.
I'm looking forward to eat a good tomato sandwich. I guess that's gonna be the first thing that comes to my mind.
So you're looking for an actual tomato that will blow your mind.
Yeah, a tomato sandwich from my garden, not from the grocery store, because we all know they don't exactly taste the same.
From the grocery, no. Farmer's market, maybe, but not the grocery. And did you find some? Did you try the yellow or orange varieties?
Well, this year, usually I always plant the same tomato that I know that I like. But this year, it's all new tomato. And I hope it's going to work. And I hope they're going to be good.
I wish you luck on that.
I don't know why, to that point, I have so much kind of different tomato. But, yeah.
I kind of have that problem. I have so many different varieties. I have like only 4 of my paste because those are like the most important. And I want to make sure that I have a bounty of each one. But like I have two of each of everything I want to try. So I have, let's just say, you suggested some seeds from Bumblebee Mix. I think it's you, Annie, that suggested those seeds. And like, okay, so I want to try two of those. And then the sun golds, I know I love them, so I'm going to put 4. So I have a lot of varieties this year of tomatoes. But I'm still also looking out for the perfect tomato sandwich. I would say now the Black Prince and yellow tomatoes they're not my favorite, but they are the best in sandwiches for us. You have to have a temperature of 190 degrees throughout the food. Okay, so this comment is for you, Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Gardening. Everyone's looking forward to gardening. I don't know why. Don't understand. Getting beehives. See the soil. Yes, I agree.
All
You're
valid
back.
points.
I gotta feed it's true. See the soil. Yeah, definitely. I promised myself, Lynn, just 2 varieties tomatoes and that's not a black tomatoes. So I have no idea what your struggle is. I don't. I'm so sorry. I can't help you on that one. I'm not the right person to talk about limiting yourself to 2 tomato variety. I'm so sorry. I am looking forward to maple syrup. Yes. I hope that we'll have a longer season for the maple syrup. It was very short.
Last year around here, it was a hard season because it just wasn't really cooling off at night. And I guess they need cool nights and warm days.
It needs to freeze.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if it doesn't freeze, the water's not, I'm going to say the tree doesn't cry, but the water doesn't come out of the tree. Remy, what are you looking forward to since I cut you off earlier?
No, it's all right. No problem. I'm really looking forward for my new barn that I have to build with my friend. Like I'm also getting in the Shed Wars competition or community, I should say. So I'm really looking forward to that also. I mean, just the fact that I'm going to have to weigh everything I grow and harvest, it's going to be a very big challenge, but I'm the kind of guy that strive on challenge. If something's too easy, chances are I won't be good at it.
Well, homesteading is hard, so.
Yeah, and well, I'm not gonna say that I'm good at it yet, but I have the willingness, I guess, to go and get it done. Like I want to learn. I mean, I fell in love with that style of life. It's just I want to go and learn everything I can, everything there is to know about every little tiny thing, so that eventually, when I retire, this is something I can keep on doing. So yeah, for this year, it's really building the barn, Shed Wars, all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be pretty amazing. And of course, I'm supposed to go help. My brother-in-law has a maple syrup shack, and he's not in the area at the moment. He works out in West, so I'm supposed to go help his friend to take care of everything. So that's going to be a new learning curve for me as well.
You're going to document the barn. I think I already asked you.
Oh yeah, for sure. If it happens, we talk about it. I talk to my friend Sal about it like almost every day. But as long as it's not started or there's not a plan in my head, it's not gonna happen for sure. You know what I mean? Like I need to get not to get some results because we're still at the start, but I need to get something going on so I know that it's actually happening.
Well, as soon as you start sowing seeds, that's your cue probably.
Yeah, well, for the garden, but not necessarily for the barn.
No, but I mean the barn comes kind of with the projects of the garden because you're going to have animals coming in soon.
Yeah, well, that's why we have to get things ready, and we need to have a plan before everything, because we need to order the animals, not for another 2 months, but I mean, we have to we need a plan. Like I already have my little barn shed here that I plan on moving on his property.
Mm-hmm.
He also has a shed that he wants to move there. So we know that we can have like chickens and turkeys and stuff like that. It's just a matter of doing like the middle part. If we can have at least something in the middle to hold on pigs, because we both want to have pigs. Sal has been working with pigs almost his whole life, so he knows a lot about them, a lot more than I do actually. So it's not just the project itself; it's just like the whole learning experience that's going to come out of it. That's what really intrigues me.
Obviously, you won't have time to do it all because life
No.
always happens. There's going to be hiccups and bumps
Yeah.
and oops around the road. But
That's why I want to have a plan.
yes,
Plan
a
A,
plan will
plan
help.
B.
I don't know if you've seen this there's some on TikToks, and like you have a plan, you execute the plan, then the plan goes off the rail, and then you forget about the plan. So having a plan will help you get started, obviously.
Yeah.
But you will have bumps around the road. That's
for
gonna
sure. For sure.
And you're gonna learn so much from all of that. I can't wait to watch you build that barn. I missed a couple of comments. I'm just gonna go back. I promise. I know that's not it. I'm looking forward to maple syrup. I've read that maple syrup. Marilyn says I had to go to $25 purchase to have a free surprise seed package. This year will be a pepper trial. Peppers. I love peppers. I have 2 tomatoes, varieties that are sweet. They are considered berries, not vegetables. Ooh. Somewhat Ontario, it was short season. Same with Ontario, it was a short season.
The maple, maybe?
Probably the maple.
Yeah.
Hello, Danielle. Welcome. She is from Boreal Homesteading, also a very new English YouTuber. She has a French channel also. It's Mama Simplifiée. Correct me if I'm wrong, Danielle. I have like a.
I think that's what it is.
I think so. It is because I know there's Mama Homemade, and there's Mama Simplifiée. I think it's that.
Okay, what does mama mean?
Mama, mom.
Yeah. Oh.
Mom. Mama is mom. Papa, dad.
Oh, okay. It was the N on the end that threw me off on the mama.
Yeah, it's a French version.
I barely speak English, and that's my native
No
tongue.
worries. Okay, so that was not for me. Trenton, Mama Simplifiée. I was right. So if you speak French, you can go check out her channel. So sorry. I had like a brain fart about your channel, Danielle. What about you, Tracy? What are you looking forward to?
I am looking forward to watching Remy obliterate the competition on Shed Wars.
Uh-oh. The pressure.
He's gonna do great. He really is. Yeah, that and just getting out and getting my hands dirty, getting my feet, digging into the soil and trying another year to get as much as I can in what time we have, before it snows again.
Not yet. It's supposed to be spring first.
Yes,
then the hot, then the cold.
But yeah, just getting out there and learning, because every year I go out, I learn something else. Sometimes I learn that I didn't learn enough last year, but still getting out there and just learning more. Okay, this worked, this didn't. Because there's only so many times you can go through your seed packets before you're like, okay, this is driving me nuts.
I feel like they're like my hockey cards when I was a kid. I go through them almost every day. They're right here. I go through them and okay, these ones are good. These ones are good. These ones I want to try first.
This one's for you, Remy.
Yes, thank you, Capitan family compound.
He changed his channel. I think he explained that he has 2 channels.
Yeah.
He came back on another channel.
And I think the biggest competition for Shed Wars is in here, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Ecocentric? Are you on Shed Wars? I guess you're one of the top guys. You're like the first draft pick, from what I've heard. Or I might be way off.
Did you receive your answer for
About
Shed Wars?
they're gonna do a draft. I think there's a live stream coming at the beginning of March, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. So you still have to wait all that time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
let's just
not
say
fair.
that you don't getting Shed Wars. Will you still do that friendly competition for
Well,
yourself?
yeah. Well, I don't think I don't think there's any way that they won't select me. From what I understand, they take everyone. It's just a matter of what team you're gonna land on. I might be wrong, but
So you're going through an interview and someone chooses you.
yeah, that's what I understand about the way everything's going up. Like, I made my entry video, and now the 2 different team leaders are gonna sit down and do a live stream together and like select. Yes, one of the first people starting it. Okay, so yeah,
You're getting a lot of cheers. Good luck, Remy.
the pressure.
The pressure. Oh, we have a new here, I think. Yeah, I removed it. Don't worry. We have a little troll that keeps popping in.
Yeah.
I have to keep saying it's too early to start inside. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I keep saying
I know
that
the
to myself.
struggle.
It's too early to start seeds. I actually made a video about seed starting. I think it's like 2-3 videos back. Like everyone gets that urge. Like I would say between January and like mid and February, like we have that urge of sowing seeds. Like we need to see green, we need to see life because we're so tired of everything that's going on, the snow, the cold, and all that. I'm not sure about down south if they feel the same because they probably not even experience snow, or if they do, they don't experience it as we do. So this year, the way that I was able to get like that urge slowed down is to sow herbs and microgreens. So I have like a little garden inside with my herbs, and I have salad greens and stuff like that. And that keeps that urge of sowing seeds too early. And having a sowing schedule that I will religiously follow. Not go, okay, it's written, I'm not going to follow it. No, I've written it down, and there's no ends, ifs, or buts. It's that day, because last year I had tomato plants that were 24 inches tall.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and because of that, I had to cut their heads, put them in water, and transplant them. So I probably lost 2 to 3 weeks with those plants. Like obviously they were super big, but they were root bound, they were stressed, they were super leggy, and my entire Amish paste, I think I had like 12 or 15. I had to cut their heads and hope for the best, and some didn't make it. So that's why
I started onion and kale already for my greenhouse.
Yeah, but you have a high tunnel.
Yeah, last year I planted on my birthday, so mid-March. So I wish I can do the same thing this year.
You planted or transplanted your kale on your birthday?
I planted and transplanted. I did both.
Both? Cool. It's always fun to have a high tunnel. Yes, one of the first people starting it.
Talking about the Shed Wars.
Okay, sorry. I subbed on mainly with Cap Patton Family Compound. Oh, okay, so we're not pronouncing it correctly, so he's helping us. It's Camp Patton Compound. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. I got my grow lights and heat pads and dirt all out, and I just look at them. I started pepper early last year, and they struggled all season.
We all know the struggle.
Yes. Mama homemade. just rang your notification bell, so you have a new subscriber. She is a French channel, just an FYI. Yes.
Oh, what's her name that does she does the subtitles?
Marilyn, yeah.
Marilyn.
Marilyn, she does really good on the side. I really like the videos I watched. Now, is it you that does the microgreens?
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought.
I
See,
just-
that's cheating. See,
Why?
that's what, because you're doing it when you're growing stuff and eating it fresh when there's snow on the ground. I need to try that.
I would say microgreens, if you have a setup already for seeds, microgreens is a joke. Or sprouts. Even sprouts is even easier. Like you take radish seeds, you soak them for 4 to 6 hours, and you rinse them twice a day, morning and night, and you put them in a mason jar, and you just put them on their head. That's it. That's sprouting seeds. It's even easier than microgreens. You don't need soil. You just need a mason jar and some type of lid that has holes on them to get the water out. That's it.
When we were in Port Leyden and we first got chickens, I'd take a little wash basin and I would cover the bottom with seeds, then put a paper towel over them, and then cover that just barely with water and just leave it.
Yeah,
and
those are sprouts.
Yeah, and the chickens loved it. I get grass 2 or 3 inches high, and the chickens loved it.
Yeah,
but I never thought to do that for me to eat.
What I do is I harvest my microgreens, I wash them, I put them in the fridge, and the soil that is left, I give that to the chicken. And then they eat what's left. The seeds, if ever, like I missed a couple, like I always leave them a little bit, and like it gives them a little snack. And then I make sure to put it close to the compost pile, so they transform that into compost for me. So everyone wins.
Nice.
And I'm filming the part 2 of the microgreens, and that should be live either Friday or Monday of next week, because it takes about 10 to 12 days. The sprouts takes 5 days. So if you don't have space or the setup, the sprouts are the easiest way to go.
Nice.
Okay, I'm reading the comments. You'll laugh on my tomorrow's video. Okay. I grew microgreens for my chickens. She said I read that. He's my 18th cousin. Bucketless homestead.
Talking about
General Patton
earlier.
Oh.
Okay. I tried without soil. It was okay, but meh. Well, you have to. It's an acquired taste. The first one I did was daikon radish, and it was strong. Like it doesn't really taste like radish, but it doesn't taste like salad. So it's an acquired taste. Now I put them in my sandwiches. Sprouts or microgreens. I just put them on hamburgers, grilled cheese. I did the other day mayonnaise, bacon, and microgreens. You can put them on mashed potatoes. You can put them. You can put them anywhere. They're so versatile, but it's an acquired taste. I have to say that. I have to go. Oh, bye, Tammy. If you can, try to connect with me so that whenever I get the courage to do that live stream with you. Okay. I think everyone said what they were looking forward to, right?
Yeah, everyone but you.
Obviously. What do you guys think? The people that really, truly, deeply know me. What do you think I'm more looking forward to? Like the top 5 or top 3?
With tomatoes being there by...
No. Tomatoes are not. Yes. Okay. Seeds. I would say seeds. I love taking out my collection of seeds and dreaming of what's to come. Like, I would take a seed package and just imagine myself what that cauliflower would look like or taste like. And I know it kind of sounds silly, but like the fact that I'm dreaming about that much of my food means that I'm going to invest so much of my time to actually eat that purple cauliflower or that fancy tomato.
Yeah.
Obviously, that part I'm so looking forward to playing with seeds. The other thing is to take care of my seedlings, because by taking care of them, you kind of follow the process of where your food comes from.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I pass my hand on my tomato plants and I can smell the tomato plants, it gives me like that urge of I want tomatoes. Obviously, I do dream about tomatoes. I would say my first tomato sandwich will be every year an epic moment, obviously. Another thing I'm looking forward to is longer days with the sun.
Oh yeah.
I don't mind that it's like 10 degrees at night. That I don't care. Like the fact that it's clear, sunny from like 7 o'clock at night till 7 in the morning till 7 o'clock at night. So that after dinner we can go outside, hang out with the kids and watch them have a fire, or I can go harvest or play in the garden with a glass of wine and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to longer days.
Mm.
And I would say another thing is to see everything alive.
Oh yeah.
Like everything buzzing. I like to sit on my porch outside and just watch the little tiny things, and even the bugs that are not supposed to be there that I just want to kill them. But I just love watching them buzz and do all their things.
Just to grab a cup of coffee and go sit down in the garden and watch everything grow.
Yes.
Every morning, just that 15 minutes before I go to work or before I do
It
anything.
gets addictive though. Every day going outside. If your tomato's this big, tomorrow morning it's not gonna be this big. But yes. I saw a comment. I do microgreens in soil. I always forget to rinse the water. Or true. Bottom watering is my lifesaver for me for microgreens. Like every couple of days I put water under and they just take what they need. The abundance, true. I know it's a lot of work, but the abundance is something I look forward to. I had so many things I want to say now. It doesn't come up to mind. You said coffee. I would say glass of wine.
In the morning?
No. Okay, I'm not an early drinker. At night. You know that magic hour?
Yeah.
Outside, watching the sunset.
When the kids are asleep.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. The kids are still young, so I don't sleep that much. But yes, obviously. And I would say to learn. The last thing I would say, like I obviously have some changes that I need to do. I am looking forward to see the education part that I did during this period, how much I can get it to work for this season.
Looking forward
the
some
sun,
fishing
yes.
Also.
I'm sorry?
I'm looking forward for some fishing also. April 15.
Last time I went fishing was when I had a boat. I was 11 years old.
Wow. You need to get back to it.
Yeah.
It's got to be a stream somewhere.
My dad gave me my mon coffre à pêche.
Your fishing.
My fishing thing that you bring around. It was just no. My fishing pole. I dropped it in the water. The box where you put all your hooks and stuff.
Tackle box.
That's it. It's a little yellow Snoopy box. My dad gave it to me. My hooks are all rusted to shit, but all my equipment is there. I remember last time I went fishing, I caught those. It was an ashigan or it was a long one. What's it called? Or brochet. How do you say brochet? Do you know what that word is? It's a very long, pointy nose. Anyways, I caught I don't know the name in English.
I think it's a pike.
Yeah, it's a pike. I had a huge one, and I was trying to bring it in, and everything broke. I was so small, so little. The fish, it was gone. He took everything with him. And then my dad sold the boat, and that was the end of my fishing career. I think I would love to go fishing.
The thing I liked the most last summer about fishing was when I brought my son to the beach, and you're allowed to fish mackerel right off the beach, and you don't need bait. It's just cast and reel with a little jigger. And I mean, my son was only 7 years old, or maybe he had just turned 8, and he loves fishing. And he would go there next to the beach, cast and reel for like hours without getting tired, and bring in like a couple of mackerels here and there. So precious. Like, I mean,
It's
he
peaceful.
brings in food, but for him, it's just like, wow, I'm catching fish. It's one after another. Sometimes when they start just coming in, like it's just one after another. You can get like 50 in a matter of hours. Like it's.
Annie, do you fish?
No, I don't fish, but my husband and my son, they go fish.
So
They're supposed to go. They are going on the Ontario Lake this summer. So I hope that it's gonna be good for them, and they're gonna bring me nice big fish.
You have to bring the fish to mommy.
Yeah.
I love making tomato, bacon, and cheese sandwiches with homegrown tomatoes. Yep. I have really enjoyed the chat. Homesteading can be a bit lonely, and it's nice to talk and hear others who love it too. I have to go. Take care. Take care.
Bye,
Thanks for
Bucket
popping
Red.
in.
I'll be right back. I've got to check the fire.
No worries. I have asked all my questions. Obviously, you guys know that magic hour for me is 7:30. Right now, the kids are quiet downstairs, but I have about 10, 15 minutes left. So if you want to talk about anything, if anyone has questions or they want to share their experience, what they're looking forward to.
We can just keep going the way we're.
Sure, but I want to make sure that everyone understands that I have to go at 7:30 because there's school tomorrow, and my kids are going back to school tomorrow.
Good.
We all tested negative today, so everyone's going back to school after Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, almost 6 days at home.
And the question you asked about what we're looking for in the upcoming months, I mean, it can be so wide. Like, there's so many things really we're looking for. Like, I want to start bear hunting again. If I go bear hunting, I'm allowed to harvest a bear in the spring, and I'm allowed to harvest a bear in the fall. That's going to give me a lot of meat.
How much meat can an average bear give you?
I don't know. I've never had any, so it's hard for me to say, but I'm guessing, at least over 100 pounds, even if it's
how
a small
much?
one. I've heard of bears that could be around like 300 pounds round. So once you got them
that was 300 pounds full.
Yeah, so it could be around 100, 150 pound meat, I guess. It's hard to say, but
bear's good meat too. Bear tastes good too.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've never tried them.
You're talking to the wrong person for anything that's in the wild. I am like, wild. Obviously, I raise turkey, but I don't consider that as a wild animal.
No, they wouldn't taste the same anyway.
Yeah,
I think it would probably be leaner if I would harvest like a wild turkey. It probably would be leaner than the ones that we have here.
They eat berries and they eat leaves and they eat grass in the forest. It's not the same as the grains that we give them. So
yeah, it's a different flavor. There are a lot of dark meat, but just being out there when you call in a tom, there's just something about that feeling of accomplishment when you have a tom coming into your call. I tricked him,
Well, it's true. Well, I don't know the feeling of fishing or hunting. It's an unknown feeling for me, but it must be amazing.
Well, when you succeed at growing your perfect tomato plant and you harvest about like 50 pound of tomatoes on that little aisle you had there. Well, harvesting an animal, it's almost the same thing. I mean,
Yeah.
But I'm
we,
sure
we
it's more work because you have to do everything right there.
well, it depends. It depends the way you see it because I mean, if you want to start a garden, you have to start like you were talking earlier. You have to get the seeds ready. You have to purchase the seeds. You have to get the seeds ready. You have to, start it indoors sometimes.
Okay,
Do
yeah, that's
the
true.
in and
So
out, in and out, in and out. Bring it outside. Take care of the plant. It takes a few months. Depending on what you're hunting, uh, if I take moose for example, you just get in a truck, you go for a drive. The moose comes right in front of you. You shoot it, and the only work you have to do is get it out of the woods and bring it in your trailer or in your truck, and then you drop it at the butcher and you're done. Like
oh,
it's
it's
not.
true. You don't do the harvesting part of it. I mean the butchering part of it.
No, it's something I like. I actually texted one of my friend today. He's a butcher, and I just happened to find one of his business card while I was moving all the stuff in my bedroom to my computer room,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, you know what? It's true. That guy does a lot of butchering. So I'm just wondering if he would like to teach me a little basic stuff. So I texted him, and he was doing some snowmobile today. So he said he was gonna call me later, but I mean, there was no rush. So I told him, we can see each other sometime at work and just have a little chat there. No big deal. But it'd be nice if you could just show me the basics. Just like the basics of it, and then I could go and have a little setup, little shed somewhere, and just do that. I would save so much money. It's at least $1 a pound when you butcher. You go to the butcher.
Do you harvest, Tracy, your animals? Do you harvest
Yeah,
and butcher?
yeah. Whitetail, the deer. I harvest them, skin them, butcher them, cut them up, and all the way to vacuum sealing and stuff. But it, a lot of times, like this year, I'm planning on raising some meat chickens, and I'm taking pre-orders on that, and
Sorry.
I plan on doing all that myself too. But yeah, basically, my father taught us. He would be sitting at the table, cutting up the meat, and my mom would be washing it like a leg in the sink and deboning it, and me and my brother were sitting there doing whatever they needed done, sharpening knives. And my brother is fantastic at sharpening knives.
Ironically, today you would show this. Let's just say we bring your situation into our situation.
Mhm.
We would be called as parents crazy people for having knives around children, having children butcher animals. I have a lot of respect for parents that takes the time to show their kids. I know that obviously an animal has to unfortunately die to
Right.
feed us, but like that whole process to be taught to our kids and future generation, I don't understand why today it's not well
Such a big
seen.
deal.
It's kind of a dependence thing. And if we educated our children in life, okay, I mean, there are literally, I know kids that have graduated from high school without being able to read. But if we educated them in life, like, how do you do your checkbook? I was talking to one of my granddaughters today. She's taken a course, something to do with life skills, I believe it is, but where they're going to teach her. You got to have a special class to teach her how to do a checkbook.
Sorry, it's not funny.
No, my parents taught me what I knew about that. Now, they didn't know a whole lot about how money works, and I came to some weird conclusions later on, or had an awakening. But if we taught our kids, okay, this is a gun. This is what this gun can do. This is how you use it. They wouldn't be afraid of them. I remember it was a hunting season, and we had a youth group that met in our house. And I walked in, and I had my I think it was my shotgun sitting in the corner. It was unloaded and the chamber open, and there was one of the boys was looking at it, but he had his hands locked behind his back, and he says, "I'm not touching it, Mr. Tracy. I'm not, I'm just looking." And I said, "All right, you look with your eyes. That's all." He knew better than to touch my firearm because he had been educated in it by his parents.
I find that when you tell a kid not to do it, he's going to end up doing it anyways.
Yeah.
It depends.
It's my grandson. One of the first things he did last time he was here is, "Papa, can I see your gun?" And I said, "Well, in a few minutes." And then later on, he says, "Papa, can I see your gun now?" And I said, "Yeah." He just loves it. He loves shooting. For his birthday, I bought a box of 22 shells, and we're making a date once it warms up to just go out, just me and him, and shoot, a bunch of 22 shells. Because if we allow society to teach them that all these things are evil, this whole way of life is going to die, and they're going to be at the mercy of whatever society does.
I don't think it's going to die because more and more people are interested in the homesteading lifestyle, not just like gardening and all that. I'm just saying the lifestyle, like understanding about the bulk and preserving, and they're seeing more that some of the systems are broken. They are more aware. Will there be a big change? Only time shall tell. But I do hope that the future generations, my kids and the generations after that, understand where everything comes from. That when I hear, "Why do you grow so much food when you can go get it at the store?"
Right.
Every time someone tells me that, I kind of go like, "Shut up." Don't answer that question. You're going to go down a huge rabbit hole that you're never going to get out of.
Yeah.
Because you need to do it to understand it.
Yeah.
I think that Ecocentric had a good point there when he said, he grew up on wild meat, just the same as me. I mean, if you grow up in that lifestyle, chances are you're gonna, you're gonna want to do it later on.
True.
It's not just about it's not just the hunting or fishing part. It's just like the whole thing, gardening and homesteading. In Alaska, there are some. Well, at least that's what I heard, or maybe it's not Alaska, but I've heard that they teach the kids, like they go and harvest a moose. They bring it in class in school and teach them how to open the moose and how to butcher it. This is the basic skills in life. If everything tomorrow disappeared, except for everything in terms of technology, you would need to know these things because humanity wouldn't survive.
Yeah.
True.
As much as I would like to eat grass and fruits and vegetables for the rest of my life, I need meat. If I don't have meat on my plate, it's not a complete meal for me. So you need your proteins. You need to have, something more than just the veggies.
It's true. I'm gonna read the comments because, like, I'm not sure you're here, Tracy. Magic hour is about to happen for me. It's almost 7:30, and I don't want to let anyone think I didn't take the time to read the comments. I'm also looking forward to spring and the flowers, and especially my roses. Yes. I turkey hunt, and they are more lean, as you say. My favorite thing is to be out hunting at sunrise and hear the turkeys in their roost. So exciting.
That must be fun.
Need a bandsaw to cut up big game. So I think that message is for you. I like this message. What? they don't grow steak in the grocery store.
Why can't you go to the store and get your meat like everybody else? That's where
Yeah.
it comes from.
Yeah. When I grew up, we had chickens, pigs, goats, cattle, beef, and milk, and horses. Well, I grew up in the suburban. Like, I am the classic family of 5 with my 2 sisters. We had no garden. We went to the store. Like, I am not from a homesteading family. I was not brought up at all with the knowledge that I have today. The trolls tonight.
Yeah.
I have a lot tonight. So, like, when people tell me, why don't you go to the store? I just say, and this is the easiest answer of it all. Once you start growing your own food, you will start to understand how I feel. I cannot tell you why I do not go to the store, because we're not on the same page. Like, a tomato is my best example. Store-bought tomatoes, and this is like Jessica Soward from Roots and Refuge Farm says this: store-bought tomatoes taste like a disappointment. And I would say a lot of the meat in the store.
Oh yeah, the same.
Tastes. I haven't bought chicken from the store in 3 or 4 years, and I now get a pork from a home raised, like someone raises a pig for me, and sometimes like one pig is not enough for a family of 5, so I have to buy pork at the store, obviously sometimes, and like it's not the same. When you taste the best and you go back to store-bought, you can't even compare it. It's not even comparing apples with apples. It's like comparing apples with like blueberries.
It's the same with everything. It's the same with eggs. It's the same with lettuce. It's the same with chicken. It's the same with carrots.
Eggs, I had to buy first-time eggs because my chicken stopped laying. The only egg I can eat is grass, pastured, or organic.
Organic, yeah.
It's the obviously they don't taste the same, but it's the only one that I can purchase. If it's not that, I'm gonna waste my money anyways.
So, are you familiar with Ted Nugent at all? The Motor City Madman. He was a rocker.
No.
Well, he still is.
Say the name again.
Ted Nugent. A lot of people call him Uncle Ted. He is a big.
Wasn't he a singer?
Yes, he's a huge rock star. Somebody asked him why he chose to go hunt, and he says because it's the honest way to get your food. He says you got 2 choices. You can kill your meat yourself and do it honestly, he says, or you can pay somebody to do it for you. And I think what he was getting at was when you sit down to eat something you harvested, you have a connection with that animal, and an appreciation. Yeah, when you had to drag that deer out of the woods and almost die from it because because you're out of shape and fat like me, then you have a connection with that animal.
Yeah, it's a full on connection.
Right.
Well, knowing where your food comes from is a knowledge that is lost.
Yeah.
I know that when my kids waste my chicken that I fed like for 60 days and I participated in the harvest, when they're like, Mama, I don't want it anymore, and they're going to throw it in the compost pile, I'm like, no. Good night, Alana. Thanks for coming in.
Alana.
Thank you for being
like
here.
You actually understand that if you waste it, it's like you raised it, you harvested it, you took care of it. And sometimes I had chickens that were sick. One year, one broke their leg. And I had a comment, then why did you save it? Why did you nurture it? I'm like, well, I bought those chicks to feed my family. So obviously I want him not to suffer the 60 days that he's going to be at my house. So obviously I'm going to do everything in my power for him to have those. I know it's cruel to say this, but I want him to be to his optimal conditions when I come to harvest him.
Absolutely.
And I give him like every time I harvest my animals, I totally respect them and I thank them, and I know that their sacrifice will feed my family. And that way you don't waste food. And I think also you kind of stop cruelty, because you take the decision to take the life.
Yeah.
It makes it more human. Well, that's my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah, the factory farms and stuff are no way for an animal to live or die. It's horrible, and we can, my pigs might only be here for several months, but I'm trying to give them the best life a pig can have, and from before they're born, their purpose in life is to feed me and my family, and to be raised to be butchered, because we order them a year ahead of time. And
I know it's always a sensible subject when you say you harvest your own animals because you look like a killer. But if you're a meat eater, there's no way around.
right,
There's no way around that. You're
There's
not
no
going to eat.
there's no seed for bacon.
No, there's no Caesar.
Yeah.
So there's no way around the fact that you need to kill the animal
right.
to eat from it.
I don't want to get you check marked on YouTube, but that whole plant-based burger at the certain burger joint there, yeah, that's not a burger.
No,
It's
well,
not the same.
I've tasted, to be honest.
Did you?
Not the store thing. Someone made me homemade a patty out of black beans and something else, but it was homemade. There was no all those questionable ingredients.
Right.
It was not disgusting. It was not something that I would eat on a regular basis. But if I was to go to someone's house and someone would serve me that, I would obviously eat it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not something I would cook in my house. But out of respect for a vegetarian,
oh, absolutely,
I ate it. Like she knows that I'm a meat eater, and when I go to her house, she kind of gets creative for me to actually feel comfortable. I'm like, I'm at your house. I'm not gonna request meat if I'm at your house.
right.
There's
that level of respect for people who have made different choices than us.
Yeah, and when she comes on my house, I make sure that the meal that I serve to them respects their beliefs.
Yeah,
and so we have that kind of understanding, and it's kind of ironic. She actually asks me questions about my lifestyle, and she says, "I respect you 5 times more than someone that buys meat at the store."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we take care of the animal before. It's not just killing for killing.
Obviously she does not like the fact that I have to kill the animal to eat the animal, but she says I have much more respect in people that take care of their animals and harvest them on their own. So
yeah,
I kind of found that it kind of made me smile, because not all vegan, she's a vegan, sorry, would actually respect a meat eater.
Yeah, it's about that's what life is all about, is respecting people who make different choices than us. You're not going to agree with everything.
Life would be boring if everyone would agree.
The same thing.
Yeah,
if everyone would be made the same and believe the same, it would be so boring.
but to understand that, and I would chat, if you can come up with a way to get meat in a pan without killing it first, I'm all for it. I'm right there with you. Just show me how to do it. Because
I don't know how that would be possible, because it would be more cruel. We would have to remove part of the animal, and then he would be deprived.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, you can live without a leg, but it kind of defies the purpose.
Yeah.
So it is the magic hour for me.
Yeah.
I would love that my kids go to bed on their own, but unfortunately they're so young. They need mama and papa. So Annie, do you want to say one last thing before you go? You've been quite quiet.
Well, I am quiet. I am a listener more than a talker. So, but yeah, nothing much. I said to my husband one time, if we cannot grow our meat anymore, I would just stop eating some. I wouldn't go back to the store bought.
Yeah.
Just because when you tasted the good stuff, well,
It's hard to go back.
Yeah.
Ecocentric says they are they are trying that lab grown meat. Oh God, just the fact to think about it. Oh, I'm disgusted. I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah.
Maybe I could be wrong, but just for me personally, I would not be the first to try it.
No, definitely not.
I don't mind reducing eating meat. Like example, instead of eating like a 5 to 7 ounce steak, I'm gonna go down to 3. But
I'm gonna eat 2.
you're gonna eat 2 times, right? Not 2 ounces.
I can eat half the size, but I'll eat 2 instead.
2 instead, but you're still eating the same weight.
That's it.
Okay, well, I'm going to thank everyone for joining this talk. I hope that everyone is not too itchy to sow seeds. And I will probably do this every Sunday night. I'm still trying to figure out, because Remy also does Sunday night.
I'll go after you, no problem.
Yeah, so as long as I finished for 7:30, so it'll give you time to actually turn around to do it. So I'm going to keep the Sunday night 6 o'clock Eastern time until my kids can actually give me more time to be live with you guys.
Yeah.
So thanks again, everyone.
All right.
Take care. I'm just going to stay here 1 minute to see if I have anyone in the comments that wants to say anything. But if you want to leave, you can leave.
Perfect.
I can hear the kids downstairs.
Mom's coming. Clean up quick.
Yeah. Okay,
Well,
so
good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. I'm going to close everything down.
All
Take
right.
care.
Take care.